Hello everyone. Welcome to another video. My name's Les. Hope this video finds you all well. Today in this video we're going to be moving on with our ESP32 series. Last couple of videos. First video we looked at how to set everything up. Second video, the last video before this, we tested the board to make sure everything works. So in this video, what I thought we'd do, first of all, let's have a more in-depth look at the Arduino IDE. Okay, so let's go to Arduino. All right, here we got our Arduino IDE. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and explain the different elements. Now along the top here, we've got our menu bar. All right, our menu bar, and within our menu bar we got our menus, and I'm just going to point out excuse me, the main elements that we'll be using. Okay, so new sketch. Okay, when we start a new sketch, because they're called sketches in Arduino, all right, where we write the code, we press that and that'll open a new sketch for us. Okay, so that's one we're going to be using quite a bit. Open recent. As you can see, it's got all my recent Arduino IDE configurations, and they were all done, if you remember, on the Uno. All right. Then we've got examples, so you can open different examples for different projects. And then we've got our save as and save. All right, they're the main ones we're going to be using in the file menu. Edit. Okay, edit. If we go through, don't really at the moment I can't see us using much of this. Maybe the undo. If you do something wrong, you want to undo a line of code. Then we've got sketch. We've got verify and compile. We've got upload. But when I show you the toolbar, it's on there. It's easier to use that. Okay. Optimize for debugging. I don't know if we'll be using that. No, libraries. Okay, include libraries. We will be using lots of libraries throughout the lessons, throughout the videos, and there will be times when we'll have to add libraries. Okay, so that's the sketch menu. Then we've got the tools, right? We'll be using manage libraries, serial monitor, and the serial plotter. We've used serial monitor in the past on our Arduino sketches. Okay, and then obviously we our board, okay, configurations here. All right, and then we got different commands here which I can't see us using, but we may do. All right, so that's the menu bar. Then we got the toolbar. Okay, we got the toolbar, which is this here. All right, so first on the left we got our verify. That way we can verify the code. We don't have to do it when we've ended the code, you know, when we've completed the code. We can do it at different stages to make sure that our code up until where we are is okay, everything's hunky-dory. Then we got the upload. All right, we press this button to upload the code to the ESP32. Then we got a debugging. I haven't used this button yet, but I'm sure we'll have to use it in the future. Then we got our board select. Okay, our board select. Whatever board you're using should be in here. Now if we come along, we got our serial plotter. Remember that was in the tools menu. Okay, and then we got our serial monitor, so we can start it up here. All right. Now, so that's the tool bar and the menu bar. Now on the left here, we've got 5 icons. The first one is sketchbook. If I press on that, it'll when we do write the sketches and save them to our ESP32, all our sketches will come here. All right, all our sketches will come here, so we can just restart them if we want. Now to hide that menu, we just press on it again and it goes back. Next, we've got our boards manager. We've used this when we were setting up our board. All right. So we put the board we want in ES, like remember we did ESP32, and it'll bring up our boards for ESP32. Remember, I've got the ESP32 by Expressive installed. Again, to get rid of that, we just click on it. Then we've got our libraries manager. Now, if there's a certain library that we need to install, we type it in here. I think there's one called LED control, and there we go. There's the different LED control libraries. We will be using that. Right. The next is threads, call stack, variables. And once you've written your code, they all go in there. And then we got a search button. Search for whatever you want. All right, I haven't used them two below before. Right, let's have a look at the layout itself, just so you know. All right, and a reminder for the people that have done it before, but informing the new people doing these videos. Arduino sketches always have these two parts: void setup and void loop. Now, when you see void setup, brackets on, brackets off, or pin mode, brackets on, brackets off, that is a function. Okay, that is a function, known as a function. Void setup goes between this curly bracket and this curly bracket. Okay? And the void loop goes between this curly bracket and this curly bracket. Void setup is things or commands that we only want to inform the ESP32 to happen once. The things that happen once go in the void setup. The things that we want repeated and looped go in the void loop. All right, they go in the void loop. So that is the meat of the sketch, the meat of the sketch. Now up here, we have, this is where we put our variables, okay? We put our variables, all right? And what they are, they say, like we've done, define button pin 13, all right? That is on 13, okay? Here we include libraries, all right? Here we put integers, so you can do a command. Say we want to name, we want button pin, and we put it on 13. Say we go through, like we hear, button pin, and we decide, oh, we want to change the button to button 5. Instead of changing button 5 at every point in the code, we just change this to the number 5. All right, so that is a quick outlook of the main guts, if you like, of the Arduino IDE. Now down here, this is the output. So when we do verify or upload, all the information comes here. If we've got any issues when we're verifying with the code, it comes down here. And we have a tab here, output. So if I start the serial monitor, remember it's up here. I just click it, and there's our serial monitor, and it connects. All right, it connects to our serial monitor. Now, just so you know, with the Arduino, we connected our baud rate at 9600. All right, because it's only 8 bits, and that's a good speed for the serial monitor to communicate with the Arduino. But with the ESP32, because it's 32-bit and it's a lot faster, we connect at 115200 baud rate, so it speeds things up. Okay, and if you want to close the serial monitor, just like in a browser, you click the X. All right, you click the X. So that's a quick outlook at the Arduino. Well, a more in-depth look than we've done before. All right, as we go through and do new things with the IDE, integrated development environment, we'll introduce the different functions then. Right, okay, let's move on. What we're going to do today, we're going to do a little project. Let's look at our schematic, our circuit. As you can see, I've changed the wires to these flat wire things that I've got. These here. Okay. Take a little bit to get used to, because they've got to be exact lengths. Now, if you remember in the last video, when you press the button, hold it down, it comes on. And when we take our finger off, it goes off. Now, what we want to do is I want to press that button once and the light stays on. Then I want to press it again and it goes off. Just like a lamp. You know, just like a lamp you've got at home. A couple of things we've got to really look at. I think it's this one. Yeah. This is the switch. If you look at the ideal state, that's it in up. And if you look at the virtual state, that's when it's pressed. That's when we press the button. Right? Now, in order to achieve what we want to achieve, we've got to remember that there's a thing called a debounce. A debounce on a switch. All right? It's due to mechanical vibrations, and it's for a short period of time. Okay? So what we need to do, we need to remember that when we're doing our code. All right, for this, when we're doing our code. There's only a few small changes we've got to do. All right, there's only a few small changes. So let's come back to our code view. Okay. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. So let's go from the top. We've got our define LED underscore, pin underscore LED space 2. And then we've got our button pin 3. All right. Now, void setup, this is the same. So we've got pin mode, a pin underscore LED is an output. And we've got pin button is an input. Okay, because we're pressing it and we want to input it. Okay, so that's all we want for that for the minute. For that one. Oh, sorry. Don't know what's gone wrong here. Bear with me. Okay. Get back to where I was. Right. So let's come to the loop. First line is if digital read, capital R on the read, pin underscore button equals low. Then we have curly brackets. All right. What I like to do, I like to keep these separate. All right. Right. So if digital read button underscore pin equals low, curly brackets. Right. Curly brackets. Space. All right. Delay. Okay. Remember, we do delays in milliseconds. So we're going to make it 20 milliseconds. All right. come outside the delay, semicolon. All right. Space. All right. If, another if statement. Let me make sure I know where I am. Brackets on, makes it a function. Digital, read, capital R on the read. Yeah. Brackets on, pin, underscore, and it's a button. Okay. Pin underscore button. Come outside the brackets. Equals equals space low, all capitals. Come outside the brackets. No, sorry, let me go back. Come outside the brackets. No, semicolon. All right. What I'm going to do just quickly, let me, so you don't get confused, let me take this out. Okay. So second if, no, semicolon, curly brackets on, enter. All right. Now we want to tell it what to do. Reverse. GPIO. All right. GPIO. So we're going to reverse the pin. Brackets on. Pin underscore LED. Okay. Reverse the pin. Come outside the brackets, semicolon. Rightio. Come down. Come outside the curly brackets. So that's our curly brackets. All right. Right. Leave a bit of space there. So we've reversed the pin. Okay. So, while. This is the first time we've used the while loop. The while command. Brackets on, brackets off makes it a function. Okay, a digital. Read. Capital R on the read. Brackets on. Pin underscore button. All capitals. Yeah. Got it? Come outside the brackets, space, equals, space, low, all capitals. Come outside the brackets, semicolon. Right. So that's while, brackets on, digital read, brackets on, button underscore, pin underscore button, all capitals, equals, low. Enter. Delay. Okay, delay. Again, for another 20 milliseconds. Remember, we do time in milliseconds. Semicolon. This is to help with the debounce. Enter. While. Actually, what we do, we'll put another space in there. Let's come down so you can see. Put another space in there. While. Okay, brackets on. Auto brackets off makes it a function. A digital pin. Sorry, digital read. Okay, a digital read. Brackets on. And it's a pin underscore button, all capitals. All right, pin underscore a button. Come outside the brackets, space, equals, space, low, capitals. Come outside the brackets, a semicolon. All right. Come down. I'm just going to tidy things up. Okay. And we come outside the curly brackets. I'm now going to get rid of this else command. All right. So we've got the while, the second while. Brackets on, brackets off. Okay. Second, brackets off. All right. I just want to check me brackets on, brackets off. Brackets on, brackets off. Okay. Okay, just checking them, One. Brackets on, brackets off. Brackets on, brackets off. Brackets off. Brackets off. Right, okay. Come to this one. Space, space, void. Okay. Reverse. GPIO. Brackets on. Makes it a command. Small v on the void. Small v on the void. Silly me. Okay, makes it a command. Makes it a void. Makes it a function. Int. Space. Pin. Small case. Okay, small case. Come outside the brackets. Enter. Curly brackets. On. Gives us a curly brackets off. Enter. Digital right. Capital W on the right. Brackets on. Pin, small case. Comma. Space. Exclamation mark. Space. Digital read. Capital R on the read. Brackets on. Pin. Come outside the brackets. Come outside the brackets. Come outside the brackets. Semicolon. All right. Yep, and then we got our last curly brackets off. All right. Remember, no semicolons on the if statement. Just going through. Just going through. Okay. Let's verify it, shall we? Let's verify it and see how we go. Compiling a sketch. Compiling. I don't know what it is. Mine seems to take ages to compile. I did look into it after yesterday, after the last video. I don't know why it's so slow. I did try moving the Arduino application to another drive to see if it was the speed of the drive. So I don't know if it's. I need to get myself a new PC. That's basically what it is. But I just can't afford at the moment. Anyway, here we go. We're compiling. We're compiling. Looking okay at the moment. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Yeah, if you haven't got your components and that, I've got a link below for the modules. At the moment, some founders don't do the ESP32 that we're using. They do ESP32s, but they're different. Okay, sketch is compiled. Let's upload it. Let's upload it. Let's upload it. But you can get, as I showed you in the first video, you can get ESP32s. You can get 3 for $22. So that's a good price on Amazon. But I will be getting future ones because I may do a few projects where we're communicating one ESP32 to another. But that's going to involve a lot of what's the word? Headaches for me, because I haven't got enough USB ports, power ports. They're all over the place. Right. Uploading. Okay. Let's go to overhead. Fingers crossed. Stays on. Goes off. We have created a mini lamp. All right, a mini lamp. Great stuff. Okay, so it's the first time we've used the while function. We've used it previously in other videos, but the first time we've used the while function on the ESP32. All right, so there we go. Hey, I think that's brilliant. I really do. I think that's brilliant. Okay, right, great. Anyway, quick shout out to all of the new subscribers. Yeah, we've got I think we're up to about 130, 128, 130 subscribers. So shout out to all the new subscribers. Hope you're enjoying this new series of videos. All right. As I say, we are starting from the basics and we're moving on as far as we can, maybe even get to expert level. All right. But we're not here to be engineers. We're not here to be engineers. We're here so we can communicate with our children and grandchildren, do some projects with them that help them at school. All right. Okay. Please don't forget to comment below and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.